Now nearly 150,000 unaccompanied migrant kids. Now, they were lost under the Biden administration. This is a massive increase from last summer when they only found 22,000 kids.
So let's bring in former Chief Patrol Agent at U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Greg Bovino, to discuss all of this and more. Good morning to you, sir. Great to have you. So talking about these wins, one in particular that we feel like has not been made enough of is what's happened with the 146,000 unaccompanied migrant children. We've seen that they were smuggled across our border during Biden's tenure and have been located under Trump's administration. So here's Markwayne Mullin on Thursday. Let's watch.
We're investigating reports to where some of these kids claim that they were raped 600 to 700 times.
Yeah, so Greg, why isn't there more outrage on this abuse?
Good morning, and thanks for having me. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
There should be more outrage on this type of abuse. There should have been more outrage on the hundreds of thousands of children that were being trafficked across that border under Biden. The Border Patrol, as well as ICE, we raised the alarm for years, and it fell on deaf ears. That's why we're in the position that we are in now. But good on President Trump, 146,000 found. We have several more hundreds of thousands to go, but that in itself is spectacular. 146,000 found. That in itself is a heartwarming story.
Greg, I want to ask you, speaking of the 300,000 that are still missing, I mean, you've got blue states that are still fighting with ICE. I mean, you've got blue state governors in New Jersey fighting over the menu at a detention center. Meanwhile, 300,000 kids are missing and being sex trafficked, human trafficking, all of it. What do we do to get this under control? What do you see the president needing to do to solve this problem? Because how many of these kids may be right now in blue states that are fighting back?
Exactly. Boy, aren't there some misplaced priorities, folks. You talk about misplaced priorities. It's prioritizing those children above all else, above hunger strikes, above detention facilities that have rioters out front. That type of thing is bringing attention to those children. I think President Trump has done a great job in doing that so far, but just simply having this subject on your news channel is groundbreaking, because many news channels, they won't cover it, especially some of those leftist channels. And these blue states, is this secession from the Union? It almost seems like it now, when you're going to ignore children that are being raped right now as we speak. What the heck is going on in these blue states? We need to put the pressure on the blue states and start recognizing this problem.
Well, Markwayne Mullin, he did not mince words about the crisis we have. Watch.
It's horrific to what's happening right in our own country because of 4 years of a blind eye that allowed unvetted sponsors to come pick up 450,000 kids on our borders.
Yeah, Greg, who are these sponsors and why are they so dangerous?
These sponsors are individuals that claim to be upstanding citizens that would take these children into a safe environment, perhaps bring those children to their immigration hearings, work with HHS, ORR. ORR is Office of Refugee and Resettlement, to help find these children's families and parents, except they didn't do that. These individuals are there because they're human traffickers, they're sex traffickers, and many of them, most of them, presented false documents to become sponsors for the sole purpose of taking these children and doing God knows what to them. And that is what Department of Homeland Security is after now, is these sponsors. They're taking a really close look at who these people are. They're tracking them down. And unfortunately, they're not finding one child with these sponsors, but multiple children. Many of these sponsors sponsored multiple children, and that was very much out of regulation. Biden administration didn't care. Alejandro Mayorkas didn't care. And President Trump, he's fixing it now.
Yeah, Alejandro Mayorkas, that's a name we haven't heard in a while,
Right.
but certainly dereliction of duty there, which we are all still paying for as a nation. But Greg Bovino, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.